Very good morning to all of you. So we are starting with light emitting diode. Next topic of unit 3rd. And tomorrow we will finish up with this unit. So I'm sharing my screen. Is it visible, students? LED is visible to all. You can write these important points. You can write these important points in your copy. So writing these important points. LED light emitting diode, we all know it is based on electroluminescence process. Okay, LED is a broad spectrum of incoherent source. We have seen in the first class regarding sources, coherent and incoherent source. Okay, so this is a source, incoherent source. Introduction. LED should have a high radiance, fast response time, and a high quantum efficiency, which is the basic requirement of fiber optics. It can be designed by using double or single heterostructures. Surface emitting, that is diffuse radiation, versus edge emitting more directional LEDs can be designed. Okay? Emitted wavelength depends upon the band gap energy. We all know band gap energy Eg is equal to h nu or hf, which is equal to hc upon lambda. This is a very basic condition for designing of LED. Eg is equal to hf. Light emission. We all have seen the basic techniques of absorption, emission and radiation. ठीक है ना, हमने देखा था, सारे diagrams ही हमने draw कर रखे हैं. So when an electron jumps from a higher energy state to a lower energy state, the difference in the energy is released, which is released in the form of photon. We all know, ठीक है ना. So photon energy is given by E is equal to h nu. This is a radiative combination, and if it is released in the form of heat, okay, that is a non-radiative recombination. And if it is a photon energy, then it is E is equal to h nu. Sometimes we see the device get very much heated, temperature increases of the device and it fails to work after some time. So that is due to this non-radiative recombination. Is it clear, students? Is it visible to all students? Why maximum students are leaving and joining? I'm not getting what is going on. So next is my slides are getting hanging on, energy band diagram. This is the energy band diagram which you can draw in your copy. Lower energy state, higher energy state, electrons and holes are shown. Valence band, conduction band is shown in this diagram, and electron transition, energy band gap is shown. Okay? This is for pure group 4th material, where we have equal number of holes and electrons. This is the equilibrium condition, we can say. Okay? Before giving any excitation. So this is electron energy, number of electron states, number of hole states, hole concentration near valence band, electron concentration near conduction band. These are the LED materials which we can use. Okay? With their band gap energies, it is shown. The colors are shown. Depending on the color, the material is to be chosen. If I want a yellow light, okay, then I have to use gallium phosphide with dopant NN. ठीक है. Dopant is also very important, and the efficiency you can see 10%, 0.1% is the efficiency. So these are the common LED materials which we can use. Requirement of LED materials: it should have a band gap energy of appropriate width. PN junction have low resistivity. ठीक है. Material should have a good injection and practical capabilities. It should have ability to fabricate a PN junction. Material should have ability to extract a reasonable fraction of the generated light. So these are the basic requirements of LED material. LED power and efficiency. LED power and efficiency, we have seen the efficiency generated by laser light. देखी थी ना अभी हमने. Differential quantum efficiency, external efficiency, internal quantum efficiency, total efficiency. ठीक है. We have seen different efficiencies of laser. So here the absence of optical amplification through stimulated emission in the LED tends to limit the internal quantum efficiency. इंटरनल क्वांटम एफिशिएंसी किससे तुम्हारी रिड्यूस हो सकती है? लिमिट्स. व्हाट इज द लिमिट? द एब्सेंस ऑफ ऑप्टिकल एम्प्लीफिकेशन थ्रू स्टिमुलेटेड एमिशन. वी ऑल नो दैट लेजर is based on stimulated emission technique, but LED is based on spontaneous emission technique. That's why its efficiency is very low. ठीक है. Here we have spontaneous emission of light, and the internal quantum efficiency of 50% can be achieved for homojunction devices. However, homojunction और heterojunction तो सबको पता है. I have discussed that. ठीक है. So heterojunction structures. Students, please write this important point and this expression also. So this is the minority carrier density. ठीक है. Homojunction, heterojunctions we all know. ठीक है. And internal quantum efficiency of homojunction is 50%. Heterojunction is 60 to 80%. Heterojunction is the advanced junction designed to reduce diffraction loss in the optical cavity. Optical cavity is formed, ठीक है, where the photon generation will takes place. So here PN junction of the basic gallium arsenide LED laser described before is called a homojunction. I will show you the diagram. हेट्रोजंक्शंस, आइसोटाइप, एनाइसोटाइप सबको पता है. ठीक है. एन एन पीपी कॉम्बिनेशन और पीएन कॉम्बिनेशन. ठीक है. और आइसोटाइप में हम सेम मटेरियल यूज में लेते हैं. The heterojunction region is actually lightly doped with p-type material and has the highest index of refraction. The n-type material and the more heavily doped p-type material both have lower indices of refraction. These produces a light pipe effect that helps to confine the laser light to the active junction region. In the homojunction, however, this index difference is low and much light is lost. So double heterojunction LED, इसका डायग्राम ये ड्रॉ कर लो पहले. डबल हेट्रोजंक्शन LED. Let's finish this diagram. Double hetero junction LED. This is known as, in short, DH LED. Okay, PPN we are using. The device shown, I think all have finished with the diagram. Who is waiting outside? So the device shown consists of, you can see the combination which we are using: aluminium gallium arsenide, again aluminium gallium arsenide of N type. Okay, so these three forms, these three layers are sandwiched. Okay, na? This and this layer is sandwiched between this P type of gallium arsenide layer. When a forward bias is applied, this is positive, this is negative, you can see here positive negative terminals. Here no mirror is used. In laser we have used mirror. Okay, when a forward bias is applied, positive and negative, okay, what will happen? Electrons from the N type layer are injected. Electrons from N type of layer are injected through the PN junction into the P type of gallium arsenide layer, where they become minority carriers. Electrons will move to this side, holes will move to this side. Here they will confine to minority carriers. Okay, these minority carriers diffuse away from the junction, recombining the majority carriers holes as they do so. Okay, photons are therefore produced with energy corresponding to the band gap energy of the P type gallium arsenide. The injected electrons are inhibited from diffusing into the P gallium arsenide layer because of the potential barrier presented between the P heterojunction. You can see this is heterojunction P and N. Electron will take time to reach to this position because we are having two different layers of P type. Clear? And active region, क्या है मेरा active region? Active region is this region. ठीक है, where electron hole will merge and we will generate a majority carriers over here. So electroluminescence only occurs in the gallium arsenide junction, this center layer, okay, providing both good internal quantum efficiency and high radiance. And light is emitted from this region only. Okay, electrons will travel to this side, holes will travel to this side, and majority hole electron recombination will take place in the active layer with the production of your photons. And this is the semiconductor diagram, energy band gap diagram is shown to you. Holes and electrons with the radiation of energy. And this radiation of energy is spontaneous. So this is DH structure. It provides the most efficient incoherent sources for application in fiber optic communications. So this is your basic DH LED. ठीक है, जनरली यही क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है एलईडी में या उसके एफिशिएंसी के बारे में पूछा जाता है. Then this is the explanation which I have explained you. Different types of LED structures you can see, you can draw, and you can write the classification. So there are major 5 types of LED structure. ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट ये पहले एक तो बेसिक है, सिंपल ब्रॉड एरिया. You can see the different layers which we are using, its thickness. ठीक है, और different dopings are placed over the substrate. So this is the basic configuration of your LED structure. Basic layer by layer structure. LED can be your, I will show you the classification first. This is the classification. First is your planar. You can write down the classification. Planar, dome, SLED, ELED, and SLD. So question can be asked कि different structures of LED. Discuss different structures of LED. लिख लिए सबने? And this is the layer by layer structure of LED. Now we will discuss different structures. Planar LED. So how these are classified? These are classified depending on the materials which we are using, depending upon the shape. Okay, depending upon the technique of fabrication. So first is a planar LED, the very basic LED. Okay, planar LED. The contribution of the planar LED is like this. You can draw the diagram. A very basic LED. Finished. Finished. Planar LED, N type of substrate and P type of epitaxial layer. Light output is from this region. A very basic LED. Okay. Then we have next dome shaped of LED, which I think all have seen. Dome shaped of LED, transparent glass, plastic is there over that. That is a dome shape of LED. A hemisphere of N type gallium arsenide is formed around a diffuse P type of region. This shape is for your dome shaped LED. The structure of a dome LED. Okay, students? These are very basic. Now we have some complicated, which will give you very good efficiency also. These are the simple structures. Finished. Next is your structure LED. Surface emitter LED. Okay, which is known as SLED. Surface emitter LED. Okay, is also known as Burous LED in honor of this developer of this LED, CA Burous. Okay. In SLED, the size of the primary active region is limited to a small circular area of 20 mm to 50 mm in diameter. The active region is a portion of the LED where photons are emitted. We all know what is the active region. Okay? The primary active region is below the surface of the semiconductor substrate, perpendicular to the axis of the fiber. That is surface emitter LED. And majorly, what is the difference? Difference is in the construction of this LED. So please draw this diagram of SLED. It is using a double heterojunction PPN layer. Yes, finished drawing this. See, this is the upper layer is of N type. This whole substrate is of N type gallium arsenide. ठीक है, उसके नीचे भी एक N की layer है. This is N layer. Then we are having P layers. P, P minus, P plus. And then we have this isolation layers, metallization, heat sink are used. Okay? But the light output is confined to this. This is my fiber optic. Okay? And light is confined to this active region. And light radiation will take place and your fiber will take this light. Okay? So this is my surface emitter LED. The structure of high radiance etched well DH structure. Here a well is etched, ठीक है ना, which is the active region from where the light will come out. बना लिया सबने? ठीक है, this is the basic structure. बस ये क्वेश्चन आता है स्ट्रक्चर बनाओ और उसको एक्सप्लेन करो. This much thing you have to do in this topic. Then Burus type LED. It is just same as the previous one only. ठीक है? It is just same. There's a different way of representing is there. Then edge emitter LED. ELED. ठीक है, एज वहां था सरफेस, यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हैं हम, सरफेस को हमने कन्फाइन करके एक एज बना दिया है. दैट एज इज माय एक्टिव रीजन ओवर हियर. ठीक है, इट हैज अ सिमिलर ज्योमेट्री टू अ कन्वेंशनल कॉन्टैक्ट स्ट्रिप इंजेक्शन लेजर एज शोन इन फिगर. इंजेक्शन लेजर का भी हमने देखा है डायग्राम. ठीक है, there we have different confinement layers. It takes advantage of transparent guiding layers with a very thin active layer in order that light produce in active layer, reducing self-absorption in the active layer. So it uses a transparent guiding layer, okay, which helps you to reduce self-absorption. Most of the propagating light is emitted at one end phase only due to the reflector on the other end phase and anti-reflection coating on the emitting end phase. So see students, as light is generated, so we have to use different layers. Okay, we have to use some reflectors, anti-reflecting coating is used in this. The effective radiance at the emitting end phase can be very high, giving increased coupling efficiency into a small numerical aperture fiber compared with the surface emitter LED. It has effective radiance at the emitting end phase. Okay, and its efficiency is better than your surface emitter LED. Diagram is this. You can draw this diagram and see the confinement region, the area through which your light is produced is very large. So LED spreads the light. These are the optical guiding layers. Please draw this diagram, है ना? Finished, students? All of you finished? Okay. Just you have to remember the designing and accordingly you have to write your theory. So edge emitting LED और edge emitter LED, ELED भी कहते हैं इसे. ठीक है, I think majority have finished. Superluminescent LED. This is a third device geometry. This is again a very different geometry as compared to SLED and ELEDs. Okay. Here we use superluminescent diodes. This device type offers a high advantage of high output power, directional output beam, and a narrow spectrum line width. And this is used at different geometries. Superluminescent and the material used are also a little bit different in this. The geometry is shown over here. Cleaved face is shown here. A cutting is done. A cleaved face, and the light is generated from this end. This is the metallic contact, SiO2 layer, P and N. And this is the active layer generated through which you get incoherent output beam. Finished? So I think all have finished this diagram. Okay. So next, in continuation with this, LED characteristics. So it has n number of characteristics which is required to discuss. And the first characteristics is optical output power. You can write down LED characteristics in that optical output power. So what should be there? Optical output power क्या होना चाहिए? It should be linear. जैसे जैसे मेरा टाइम चेंज होगा अकॉर्डिंगली करंट इन द डिवाइस इंक्रीजेस द एलईडी आउटपुट पावर शुड इंक्रीज. अ वेरी वेरी बेसिक डेफिनेशन. ठीक है. सो अ सिंपल ग्राफ इज शोन करंट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू लाइट आउटपुट पावर. ठीक है. Ideal light output against current characteristics for an LED. This you can draw. Topic you can write down as optical output power. This is the diagram. Finished. This is again shown for different LEDs. This is shown light output temperature dependence for three important LED structures. As temperature increases, what happens to optical output power? ठीक है. As LED, you can see that optical power, this superluminescent, at temperature changes, its optical output power reduces to a very high extent. And as temperature doesn't affect much to SLED, but to ELED, it affects a little bit. So the best combination generally we use is your SLED if there is a parameter of temperature. कि कहीं एप्लीकेशन किसी जगह मुझे इसको कनेक्ट करना है एंड देयर आई नो द टेम्परेचर वेरीज वेरी हाई. So there I won't use SLD and ELEDs. I will use SLED. ठीक है. This is shown. Next is your output spectrum. ठीक है. Output spectrum क्या है? See, always whenever light is coming out of your device, we will always see the spectral line width. स्पेक्ट्रल लाइन विड्थ क्या है, मेरी जो लाइट प्रोड्यूस हो रही है डिवाइस से, ठीक है। द स्पेक्ट्रल लाइन विड्थ ऑफ एलईडी ऑपरेटिंग एट रूम टेम्परेचर at 0.8 to 0.9 micrometer wavelength band is usually between 25 and 40 nanometer at the half maximum intensity point. This is by wavelength with respect to normalized output power. As temperature increases, we all know temperature, different temperatures we are showing. Thus, output power decreases at higher temperature. कोई भी एलईडी हो, अगर टेम्परेचर बहुत ज्यादा इंक्रीज हो रहा है, दैट मीन्स आउटपुट पावर विल बी रिड्यूस्ड, ठीक है। एंड हियर वी आर शोइंग द स्पेक्ट्रल लाइन विड्थ एट डिफरेंट वेवलेंथ। 0.85 पे मैक्सिमम है, 0.87 पे the output power is reduced at, you can see this typical spectral variation of the output characteristics with temperature, ठीक है। draw these graphs. Students, finish this output spectrum graph. So this you can see wavelength. How much is the intensity of light for E LED and S LED? Okay, which is very important. This is spectral line width. Next topic is modulation bandwidth. What is the bandwidth? We all know, very important parameter through which your light is produced. What is its bandwidth? What is its range? That is very important. So modulation bandwidth in optical communication may be defined in either electrical or optical terms. Okay, both bandwidths we can define. However, it is often more useful when considering the associated electrical circuitry in an optical fiber communication system to use the electrical definition, where the electrical signal power has dropped to half its constant value to the modulated portion of the optical signal. This corresponds to the electrical 3 dB point, or the frequency at which the output of electrical power is reduced by 3 dB with respect to input electrical power. See students, we have seen the frequency response. There we draw 3 dB down, we have marked the frequency, we have marked the gain. Here also we are saying that this electrical 3 dB point, or the frequency at which the output electrical power is reduced by 3 dB, is my cutoff frequency. Okay, as optical sources operate down to DC, we only consider the high frequency 3 dB point, the modulation bandwidth being the frequency range between 0 and this high frequency 3 dB point. This we will see in the graphs. What do you mean by modulation bandwidth? This is the graph showing optical bandwidth and electrical bandwidth. This you draw and write down this equation also. Please draw this diagram. Finished, student? See, bandwidth may be defined by the frequency when the output current has dropped to 0.707 of the input current to the system. This is the highest value of the current at 1. 3 dB down, or in non-linear, in your normal scale, it is root 2. 0.707 is 1 by root 2. At this point, I will intersect this graph. I will put a vertical line. That line will give me the electrical bandwidth. This is the current ratio I out upon I in with respect to frequency. Okay, that is the gain with respect to frequency. Ratio of output current upon input current. Okay, but in your laboratory, we have plotted output voltage upon input voltage graph with respect to frequency. So here I am getting the electrical bandwidth. And what is my optical bandwidth? The ratio of the optical output power to the optical input power is given by this equation, and it is half, 50%. So RODB is equals to, you can write 10 log 10 optical power out upon optical power in. This is the equation. Optical 3 dB point occurs when the ratio of the current is equal to half. So I out upon I in equals to half पर तुम्हारा optical bandwidth define होगा. So which is mark 1 का half हो गया 0.5. 0.5 I have placed a horizontal line which will intersect the graph at this point. I will drag a line and I will get an optical bandwidth. So optical bandwidth is greater than the electrical bandwidth. So I think this you have written in your copy. Finished with this. Modulation bandwidth. Numericals are asked on this topic. Then reliability. Reliability should be very high. ठीक है, फॉर एनी डिवाइस हम हमेशा पूछते हैं इसकी रिलायबिलिटी क्या है, इसकी एक्यूरेसी क्या है. व्हेनेवर वी परचेज अ न्यू डिवाइस वी जनरली सी दिस पैरामीटर्स. ठीक है, so LEDs are not generally affected by the catastrophic degradation. We have seen reliability in 2 points. Catastrophic degradation. ठीक है, there we have defined 2 types of degradation. Gradual degradation. ठीक है, तो catastrophic degradation mechanism which can severely affect injection lasers. ठीक है, but such failures can usually be removed from LED. In addition, LEDs do exhibit gradual degradation. ठीक है, which may take the form of rapid degradation mode or a slow degradation mode. जल्दी से हमारी LEDs खराब नहीं होती है, it moves towards gradual degradation. ठीक है, rapid degradation in LEDs is similar to that in injection laser and is due to the growth of dislocations and precipitate type defects in the active region, giving risk to dark line defects. Dark spots can exist. Okay, so this reduces your reliability. Generally rapid degradation कम होता है, तुम्हारा gradual degradations होते हैं LED में. ठीक है, so this is the reliability. Now the optical output power equation you can write. This is important equation. The output optical power PET may be expressed as a function of operating time T, which is given by PE of T is equal to P out exponential minus beta 1 T, or beta T you can write. P out is the initial output power, okay, and beta R is the degradation rate. Okay, beta R is the degradation rate. So the degradation rate is given by Beta r is equal to beta 0 exponential minus EA upon KT. Beta 0 is proportionality constant, K is the Boltzmann's constant, T is the absolute temperature of the emitting region. तो अगर reliability कोई पूछता है तो तुम्हें ये parameters define करने पड़ेंगे. ठीक है? See, right now you will feel कि so many topics are there, but just once you will go through these topics, it will become very easier. So this finishes the reliability. Then it is modulation. Intensity modulation is easy to implement in LEDs. Okay? In order to transmit information in an optical fiber communication system, it is necessary to modulate a property of light with the information signal. See, whenever in normal communication system, you are transmitting the signal, you are modulating. Here also modulation is required. Okay, but which type of modulation here we will use? Till now, you haven't studied this modulation technique. Okay, so intensity modulation will be used. And the theory is given over here. It's very simple. Intensity modulation may be utilized with both digital and analog signals. Okay, the direct modulation of the optical source is satisfactory for the modulation bandwidth currently under investigation. Digital intensity modulation gives improved noise immunity but requires wider bandwidth. Most fiber systems in long distance communication uses digital intensity modulation. ये ध्यान रखना हमेशा क्योंकि एनालॉग इंटेंसिटी में नॉइज बहुत ज्यादा इंप्रूव हो जाता है. So these are the output optical power equations which you can write down. The frequency response of an LED depends on three parameters: TI, carrier lifetime, and parasitic capacitance of the LED. ठीक है, TI, omega, and carrier lifetime. And the output optical power of the device will vary as P of W is equal to P0 upon under root 1 plus omega Ti the whole square. And the electrical bandwidth is given by this. Electrical current is directly proportional to the optical power. So I think you have written this equation. And now we will finish up with the LEDs. There are so many advantages of LEDs: simple fabrication, cost effectiveness, less temperature dependence, reliability, simple driver circuit, and linearity. Drawbacks: uses lower modulation bandwidth, harmonic distortions, lower optical power coupled. And these are the numericals based on your LED topic. Depending on the radiation time, DH structure, its efficiency, its power. So next topic to discuss is your photodetector. In next class, we will discuss photodetectors. So if you have any doubt, you can ask. I have shared all the books. From those books only I have prepared this PPTs. So we will wind up our class over here. Goodbye, students.